Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to be here. It was announced that our new CEO, Juris Bundris, will be here today. Unfortunately, he is not able to be with us today. And I'm the lucky one who will present Grindeks today to you. I will, thinking about the presentation, we decided not to go in deep what the Grindeks is and what we're doing. We're so many years in the market, and we're so we try to be as transparent as possible. So we decided to make a very brief description what Grindeks is and what we're doing, and step away from the traditional corporate presentation and speak about our potential, our thoughts about the markets, our strategy and models we will try to go through in the future. So. Currently, Grindeks is basically a vertical integrated company which provide the, let's say, activities or make activities through the entire product life cycle, starting from development of API or active pharmaceutical ingredients. This is the effective part of all drugs you basically consume, and ending up with final dosage forms and everything which is related to bringing final dosage forms to the market to be consumed by the end users. From 2006 to 2011, Grindeks invested into capex and development of new drugs, into development of intellectual property, about 50 million euros. Most probably you remember all those projects we announced we have completed so far. For information, we also presented our sales numbers. Last year it was a little bit less than 100 million euros, and the profit was about 10 million euros, but that's definitely not the best achievement through the history, through the new history of Grindeks. By the way, Grindeks has 65 years of history, so it went through many changes in the markets, many changes in Latvia and previously in Soviet Union. As I mentioned, Grindeks basically ensures all stages of product life cycle from the development. We have a dedicated department which deals with development of APIs, synthesis technologies, and we also have a department which deals with development of final dosage forms. This is tablets, capsules, ointments, injections, and very big attention is paid definitely to sales activities. Frankly speaking, if we speak about Grindeks and we speak about the activities in the market, everything starts from our ability and our capability to promote and sell the products in the market. In our portfolio, we have both original drugs and generics. And if we speak about structure of Grindeks right now, then it's as follows. So joint stock company Grindeks, which is listed on Riga Stock Exchange, is the headquarter located in Riga. So we have a subsidiary in Tallinn called Tallinn Pharmaceutical Plant, which is basically dealing with production of ointments. Calcex, the company which is, let me say, shell company, which basically holds market authorization for injectable forms of final dosage forms. In 2006, we have developed company NAMO apsimkošanas projekti, which was done on purpose to separate and basically to make the company, the whole group, more transparent, to separate real estate object in Riga, which is not related to our core activities, so the real estate which is not related to farm business. At the moment, this very company holds one object very close to center of Riga, and when I get a question what I'm going to do with this asset, I always say Grindeks is not a real estate company. We basically have no plans to go and construct and build something there. So the only question is how to capitalize and how to derive more value from this asset. So currently we are looking at the possibility to bring this project to the extent we can sell on the stage of detailed planning. Okay, so to the stage where no investment is necessary, basically. So Grindeks is a subsidiary which is located in Russia. This company accumulate all sales force and logistic activities in Russian Federation for generic drugs. So we have our own warehouse in Russia, very close to Moscow, and all activities, logistic activities in Russian Federation for our generic drugs goes through this company. Also, it accumulates sales force. It's a little bit less than 50 people, which are basically promote and sale, well, let's say, ensure sales activities of our generic drugs in Russian Federation. Also, we have more than 14 representative offices around CIS countries, also in the Baltics. So, if we look at the map of the world, how activities of Grindeks looks like, so then the world looks quite little. Okay, but if we speak about our structure of sales, then definitely final dosage forms historically are sold most of all in CIS countries. We are quite slowly moving in Europe, in developed Europe, and the reason is very simple. Basically, all Europe, all developed countries are quite regulated, heavily regulated if we speak about final dosage forms. To penetrate those markets with final dosage forms, it's quite difficult for many reasons. And requirements from country to country differs in some cases a lot. And even if we speak about European Union, even there we have different approaches in different countries. So in developed countries, so far Grindeks has chosen strategy to go with active pharmaceutical ingredients, which is basically a business-to-business model. So our end user or our partner on the other side, in this case, is the business partners, which basically ensure us registration of our APIs. So if you look at such developed countries like States, Canada, like old Europe, like Australia, Japan, then in this case we definitely speak about API business. And if we look at CIS countries, Baltics, last 2 years Scandinavia joined this team. So in those countries we are present with final dosage forms. Very briefly, what we see in the market of final dosage forms. The market is extremely competitive and it's becoming more and more competitive. If we look at all Europe, then those who follow changes in pharmaceutical industry in all Europe will definitely notice that all Europe is stagnating or growing on a marginal level. So market is very, let's say, full of players, and in monetary terms, it's basically not growing.